I want to make this quick video because I gotta go to a meeting that looks like it's already started. Watching the entire interview with the guy, I think his name is Obi, the We Need to Talk. One always does the Kevin Samuels started this conversation. Watching a video with him and the Atlanta Hawks cheerleader or former dancer, it really shows me that, one, seeing Courtney Michelle see her old self and fighting against it and trying to correct her old self, quote unquote, saving her old self, and then her old self is just so stubborn and doesn't see, what's coming, the wall that's coming, and so on and so forth. And then also how the old warrior wants to, wants the prize that the new recruit doesn't even see the value in, and it's just kind of crazy to me. Like when you look at that, you look at that dynamic happening, and how at the end of it, Courtney was like, "Bitch, you're dumb." Like you get to see it on her face, and I'm projecting here, but you could see something on her face where she's just like, she doesn't get it, and this is a problem. Like, so this is what these guys are talking about. Like you can't tell them nothing, like you can't tell them nothing. And then, a couple times, and I put a couple timestamps in that video in the comment section around I think it was like the 3-hour 7-minute mark and the 3-hour 15-minute mark. It took a while, but she finally, quote unquote, broke down, and you could see what she was really thinking, how she really felt. Even though she says she wasn't serious about the whole video, or about the whole situation, we can see that it wouldn't matter even if she was serious. She said, to save face, she said, "Hey, listen, if we had a date or if I met this guy offline, it would be different." But we know that type of guy is not who she would meet. She wouldn't be going for. She talked about how, you need to put yourself in the right place to meet these certain types of guys, aka be an NBA dancer so you can meet an NBA ball player. Like, I mean, again, she has the skills to do so that's a different story. So she can actually put herself in that position. But it's even more telling when she says this, and then she, this dog is digging up. It's even more telling when she says this and she's doing this, and then she wants us to believe that she would actually give that guy, the nuclear physicist, the time of day. And then, hearing that the guy came back and defended her and all this other stuff, and it's just like, you'll learn. And it doesn't matter also, because I want to say he's dumb, but I didn't see the whole thing. But yeah, that doesn't make sense. But when you know a little bit more, you wouldn't defend that. You just, like, you see it and be like, this is normal. Another thing is, when you're seeing all of this, you could see how it's a great case study for a lot of people in stubbornness. You could see her, not disdain, but her being hard-headed or stubborn. Her being stubborn and not wanting to accept things from older women. The lack of, knowing that you're going to have to sacrifice some things you're going to give up and you can't do, or you won't be able to do when you get, quote unquote, older, that you're going to miss out on, that is only accessible while you're this young, 23 or what have you. And she knows that, she knows from her past experience that she can always meet these guys, but she doesn't know that she can always meet these guys while she's this young. And that's the crazy part about it is, a lot of people, the level of delusion that they have blinds them from seeing. It's like me without my glasses on. Like, I can't see this far, like, or past this point on my hand. Like, coming out here, it gets blurry, right? So a lot of these women are, they have poor vision and they're not wearing their glasses, and they don't get corrective lenses until they're 35 going on 40, right? And then it's like, oh, well, then it's like a Courtney Michelle, and that was the funny part. It's just like, you could see Courtney Michelle kind of getting frustrated and repeating herself. And then she was also repeating herself. So it was like a whole, like, you may not have seen this or caught it, but it was like a whole battle of passive aggressiveness, right? Where she was accepting things to see that she, like, to show that she could, quote unquote, listen and, and whatever, or act like she can listen and she can actually take in the information, but in actuality, she wasn't listening. She wasn't trying to hear what other people had to say. And it wasn't until 3 hours later where she starts to kind of reveal that and saying, and in the closing remarks, with the host, and she said, he was like, you know, I'm 29 now and I'm different than when I was 23 and you'll change. And then she's like, I don't think I will. And I'm like, there it is. That's it right there. Like, you can't talk to this person. You can't talk to people like this. This is why pattern recognition is so important. And, like, you know, I'm not trying to advertise to men that won't listen, or, you know, talk to men that won't listen. You know, it doesn't matter. Those guys don't matter. A CJ doesn't matter. A guy like Trey doesn't matter. A guy like Smirgo Semi doesn't matter. You know, because these guys are going to feel it in some way, shape, or form, where they're talking all this stuff and talking about, you know, how they want, how there's really not much of a problem. But then it just, like, at some point, you have to let life teach people. All right, with that being said, I'm late for my meeting. Talk to y'all later. Peace.